Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. There is so much to discuss. Now, Ripple's Craig DeWitt becomes Vice Chair of US Faster Payments Council. But before I get onto that one, check out what I've got for you right now. Let's have a listen to this.
How much money is pre-funded and how long does it typically sit there?
There's $27 trillion sitting in these bank-to-bank accounts. They're called Nostro accounts, Vostro accounts.
Yeah.
It really is a problem that if we can reduce the time, the friction, the cost, we really can accelerate global commerce. And by reducing that friction, you accelerate that engine. It's good across the board. It's good for both companies in the United States. It's good for the unbanked communities across Africa. It really can fundamentally change the way the global financial infrastructure is.
How much money is pre-funded?
So let's recap for a moment, then I'll explain Nostro Vostro accounts. To the people out there that are impatient, please do your research on what the XRP ledger, what on-demand liquidity, what ISO 20022 will be doing. Not for me. It doesn't impact me, right? I've already made up my mind. There's no financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. For you. Because the number one problem that we have in the retail crypto investment sector is that people see things for what they are today and not for what they are going to be. When it's there, it's too late. And I see it. I've been around, like the channel has been around since the 26th of February this year. And I know human psychology, human patterns, and people see things for what they are today, not for what they are going to be. Blockchain technology, on-demand liquidity, and XRP will unlock. And that's just one aspect of how the new system will take over. Now, $27 trillion USD taken into this new system. Of course, this isn't happening overnight. So let's recap a little bit, right? I'm not telling you that tomorrow something's going to happen and boom, $27 trillion are going to come into the XRP ledger. No. I'm not telling you that. So if you heard that, again, clean your ears. I'm telling you that the new system, the new way of doing things will be bigger than you can imagine. Will it take time? Yes, it will take time. Is it worth waiting for the time? Only you can answer that question for yourself. Me, I've made up my mind for my own personal reasons that for me, yes. You need to come up to that conclusion all on your own. Nobody gonna do that for you. I'm doing that for you. You need to come to that conclusion yourself. Now, Nostro Vostro. Nostro Vostro account is a bank account where one bank has another bank's money on deposit, typically on behalf of a foreign bank in relation to international trade or other financial transactions. This also involves deposit overdrafts, whereby depositors are authorized to obtain funding in the form of an overdraft. The term Nostro and Vostro are used to indicate which bank has money on deposit. So that there is what we're talking about. And at the moment, because of the current system, because of how slow it is, because of the transaction fees and all that, it's not really being utilized to its best abilities. Now, fast forward and you all of a sudden put something together that does things within 3 seconds, instead of 2 days, cheaper, faster, and better than ever, you can use this money. Because within 3 seconds, it can come back if the other bank needs it. It just speeds up everything. It's like going from dial-up all the way to 5G, utilizing the XRP ledger. It's the best way to describe it. So remember when you used to be on LimeWire and you used to download songs and a song would take you 14, 20, 25 minutes? Yes, I know you did, because you're a serpent. I know you used to have LimeWire. Now, fast forward to today, 5G, we don't even need those services, right? We got Spotify and all those other apps, right? That's what we're talking about. Upgrading. Now, Ripple's Craig DeWitt becomes first chair of the US Faster Payments Council. Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Coincidence? No. Like I said, you are not ready for what's coming in 2022. You just simply aren't. Rollercoaster start to the week for XRP as recent ranges broken. XRP has surged above the recent ranges. We know that. We'll cover that off today. We'll talk about that. We did speak about, some analysts are saying that the XRP price looks primed for a breakout to $1.75. Now, at the time of making this, we are sitting 2.54% down. We've got Bitcoin, however, rallying at the moment at 3.54% up, almost at 49,000. Has Bitcoin woken up? And what will that do, right? We'll cover that off and we'll talk about all the possible scenarios and what's coming. Now, Grim Finance becomes the latest DeFi exploit after a $30 million hack. So, the governments and regulatory clarity is going to go hard against DeFi. I have no doubt that DeFi finance can disrupt and destroy legacy banking systems. And so let me assure you that regulators are going to come down hard, really, really hard. And we will need to take a look at how this evolves over time. Now, check this out. This is a new message format for the Fedwire Funds service. And it says in a comment, I think the expedited migration for 1/4/2022 is perfect. The sooner the better. Let's continue to be the leading country. So this is in preparation and ISO 20022. So 1/4 to me, I think 1/4 that means April, right? So something huge is going to be happening in April, and I will definitely keep an eye out. And congratulations to that person that did discover this, Brother XOS on Twitter. This is pretty good. It's pretty good, right? This is pretty good. So let's keep an eye out on what's going on there. Of course, we are far, far away from April. But talks about the bull run continuing all the way to end of March, potentially April. This could line up really, really nicely. Are we in a position where XRP holders, we have to wait until March, April, to finally see the heights that we all know this is going to get to? Nobody can give you that answer, right? No one can tell you that because, in January or sooner, the minute the case settles or win, you're really gonna feel what an XRP bull run pump looks like. Now, another interesting news. Today, the SEC Commissioner Elad L. Rosman announced his intent to depart the SEC. Well, I love this, by the way. I love Jack the Ripper. What you did there is genius. I love that picture. Why are people leaving the SEC? You and I should be asking ourselves that question. Let's jump into it, Arnie. Let's have a look at some indicators. As we begin to look at indicators, what we're looking at right now in particular, at the time of making this, as I've been making this, we've started to move again. So we're just sitting above 90 cents at the moment. 0.80% up from where we were yesterday. So we went down a little bit. We went down, I think, to 86. Now we're back up, from 82 low in the last 24 hours to a high now of 91. That's at the time span that we've had. But just as I'm making this right now, and it'll be interesting by the time this goes live, we're starting to break out of that 89 cents barrier, which we spoke about yesterday. Now, we do have greens across the board. Small movements right now, but they are certainly positive. On the daily, you can see the MACD is starting to move and it's starting to go bigger and bigger and bigger. RSI sitting towards the middle. Now, this is where it gets really a bit interesting, right? So when we look at the hourly, you can see right now, at the time of making this, as I'm making this right now, it's starting to push and it's starting to go out and it's actually gone outside of the Bollinger Band. Now, I don't look at MACD and RSI for the hourly. I think it's not a particular indicator that I like to see as accurate on an hourly or even 4 hourly basis. But I always look to, to double check. And, from a Bollinger Band perspective, we are stepping outside of the Bollinger Band on the hourly and on the 4 hourly right now. We're just about to out of there. Now, when we look at the 12 hour, it is well out of the Bollinger Band. So let's see how it catches up. A big volume from a MACD perspective. And of course, because, we've broken the 4-year downward trend line against Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin's starting to move. We're going to move. And so it is very interesting, from all the technicals perspective, from an indicator perspective, it is looking bullish. It's looking like we're going to move. Of course, we still need $1.10. We need to consolidate above $1.10. We're not out of it yet, but resistance number 1 has been taken out. Now, do we go up to 90 and then come back down to 89? Do we break out of the 89 resistance and go towards $1, which is the next resistance point? Time will tell, but time we do have. Now, this has played out perfectly. This played out perfectly. Now, remember that I said 82 cents low and 91 cents high. That was just the demand area, and this is the supply area now that we're approaching and now going to go try and go towards $1. So again, we'll wait and see how that goes. It is still a bouncing within a pennant. So just be mindful of that. It is a bullish pattern. So what's going on is bullish. Just be mindful that we still need to break out. We've got to break. Once we break it, it's going to be really, really, really fun. Now, this is interesting. If it does go downwards again, then I personally, from a personal opinion, would be adding more at 77 cents. But again, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying if we did drop down again to 77 cents, that would be pretty awesome based on this particular formation that we got. But look at that. Broken. Broken. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. So very, very good news. Again, this could be happening still. That's why 77 cents is not out of, we're not in the clear just yet, because we could be going up, go up to about $1, come back down, and then go up. So be mindful of that. And that's something that, we have to consider and have to be, very conscious of. When we look at from a long-term perspective, as we start to zoom out, it's going to get really, really, really fun. So low risk entry, as you go above $1.30 and consolidate above $1.30, very high risk entry right now, because we could still be going down a little bit before we go up. But the lowest of low risk entries is $1.30 and consolidating above $1.30. Just be mindful of that. Again, I like to play it straight to you guys as far as what the future holds, as far as where we're going and hitting double digits and going all towards those things. Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really, really fun. So is this now the step towards, going to double digits? And mind you, what I spoke about earlier in the video when we talk about $27 trillion and, what's coming and the problems that XRP Ledger solves and where on-demand liquidity will go in 2022 and beyond. Remember that it is a long-term game. Please do your homework on what you hold. It will be one of the best things that you'll probably ever do. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.